So we will be starting today. We will be learning how to calculate compound interest. So before we start with the calculation of the compound interest, let us see what exactly we mean by compound interest. In the previous video, we have seen how to calculate simple interest. Now simple interest is an interest which is fixed every year, and the interest is only calculated on the principal amount. Whereas compound interest is an interest which is not only calculated on outstanding principal amount but also on the interest which is accumulated from the previous period. This means that in the compound interest, the person who deposits the money or who takes a loan, who borrows money from the bank, the interest is provided on the interest also. So if you deposit money in the bank on compound interest, you will get interest on the principal, plus you will also get interest on the amount of interest which is earned in the previous year. So here one thing which we need to understand in the compound interest is one more word will be added, which is n, which is known as n. So as you can see, n is nothing but the number of times the interest is compounded in a year. So what we have to keep it in mind? The number of times the interest is compounded in a year. In a year, how many times the interest is compounded? So the compounding factor, what is the compounding factor? N. This n is nothing but the compounding factor. So just pay attention here. If the interest is compounded yearly, means annually. Annually means if the interest is compounded yearly, once in a year. So if the interest is compounded yearly, then our n will be equal to 1. N is equal to 1 when the interest is compounded annually or yearly, one time in a year. Similarly, when the interest is compounded semi-yearly, semi-annually or semi-yearly means half yearly, then our n will be 2. So n is equal to 2. The third type is if interest is compounded quarterly. Quarterly means every 3 months. So in 1 year, how many times it will be compounded? 4 times. So if the interest is compounded quarterly, our n will be 4. So n will be 4. N is equal to 4 when the interest is compounded quarterly. The next one is if the interest is compounded monthly. So we have to take interest in a year. So how many months in a year? We have 12 months in a year. So if interest is compounded monthly, our n will be 12. N is 12 because in 1 year we have 12 months. Similarly, if the interest is compounded daily, daily means every day. So in 1 year we are having 365 days or 366 days. So if the interest is compounded on a daily basis, daily, then our n will be 365. So I hope this point is clear to everyone. Now let us move on and let us learn how to calculate compound interest. So first of all, we should know the formula for calculating compound interest. So just pay attention here carefully. The interest for calculating the compound interest is I is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by N bracket close power of Nt minus P. Here, as we have already done in simple interest calculation, it is similar. P is same. P means my principal amount, the amount deposited or amount withdrawn. principal amount of money deposited or borrowed or taken as a loan. R is also same. R means the rate of interest, which is in percentage, 4%, 5%, 7%. Here there is one more word which is N. N is nothing but number of times interest is compounded in a year. If it is compounded yearly, N will be 1. Compounded semi-annually, half yearly, N will be 2. If it is compounded quarterly, N will be 4. If it is compounded monthly, N will be 12. And if it is compounded daily, N will be 365. And T is also same time period. So I repeat, the formula for calculating compound interest is I is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by N bracket close power of NT minus P. Now with this formula, let us start solving the questions of how to calculate the compound interest. So here you can see, this is an example where the calculation is already given. So I am just giving it to you, and then from the next slide we will start solving the exercise. So now you can see the amount of interest received with a deposit of 500. This 500 is what? It is a deposit. So this is nothing but it will be my P. At 12% interest, 12% interest means this is my R, rate of interest 12%, and compounded. What type of interest? We have to keep it in mind whether it is simple interest or compound interest. So it is compound interest. Then it is compound interest for 2 years. So this 2 year is my T, time period. Now we will try to find out if it is compounded annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly. So how we will be doing it? First we have to keep it in mind the formula P I is equal to P into 1 plus R by N bracket close power of NT minus P. Now first we will write all the values which is given. So here I have given you, I showed you P is equal to 500. Our R is 12%, which means 12 divided by 100. So it will come to 0.12 and T is 12. Now we have to write N. N means it depends on number of times the interest is compounded in a year. So here you will see there are different 4 types we will calculate. A, annually, compounded annually. B, compounded semi-annually. C, compounded quarterly, and D, it is compounded monthly. So if it is compounded annually, N will be 1. When it is compounded semi-annually, N will be 2. When it is compounded quarterly, N will be 4. And if compounded monthly, N will be 12. So first we will write the formula of compound interest, where is I is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by N bracket close power of NT minus P. Okay, so now you will see if it is compounded annually, what will be my calculation? I is equal to 500. 500 means it is our principal into bracket 1 plus R. What is my R? 0.12, which is 12%. Divide by 1. Why this is 1? This 1 is my N. Why this is 1? Because it is compounded annually. So N will be 1. Power of NT. NT means N is my number of times compounded 1. Multiply by T. Time is 2. So 1 multiplied by 2, which will come to 2 minus 500. Now when you take this on the calculator, you will get the answer 127.2. Similarly, we will do if it is compounded semi-annually. Here one thing will change, our N will change. N will become 2. So we will put it in the formula I is equal to 500 into bracket 1 plus 0.12, which is 12% divided by 2. Now it is compounded semi-annually, means N will be 2. Then nt means power of nt, n is 2 multiplied by t is 2, 2 into 2 4 minus 500. So when you take it on the calculator, you calculate, you will get 131.24. The third one is if the interest is compounded quarterly. So if it is quarterly, our n will become 4. So we will calculate I compound interest is equal to 500, my principal, into bracket 1 plus 0.12, that is 12%. Now n will change because it is compounded quarterly. So my n is 12. Then here power of nt, n is 4, t time is 2, 4 into 2, 8 minus 500. So we get the answer 133.385. And then finally, if the interest is compounded monthly, then my n will become 12. So interest is equal to 500 into bracket 1 plus 0.12, which is my interest, rate of interest, divided by 12. This 12 is my n. Bracket close, power of nt. N means 12 because it is compounded monthly, multiplied by time, 2 years. So you can write here 24 also. Minus 500, which will come to 134.867. Okay, so with this we will start solving the exercises. I hope the points are clear to everyone. Now we will take up this first exercise. As I have already explained in my previous video when we were doing simple interest. So the steps is first we should read the question first one time. After that we will see whether we have to calculate simple interest or compound interest. After that we will write down the formula and then we will substitute the numbers, amount or figure and get the answer. So first we will read. A bank is offering a fixed deposit scheme for 5 years under the following scheme. The amount deposited is 1000. There are two scenarios. There are two schemes. Scheme A at 12%. So the rate of interest is 12%, where interest is compounded monthly. And scheme B is the rate of interest is 12.5% and where interest is compounded annually. And then we also have to tell them which scheme is more beneficial. So here we have to find out the compound interest. So what we will do? The first thing we will write the formula. So we will write the formula first. We will do it for A. So the first step is always write the formula. I is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R divided by N, bracket close, power of NT minus P. This is the formula for compound interest. Now we will see what is given. We will just write it down. Our P is what? Amount deposited. It's 1000. Whatever is given in the questions, we'll write, substitute it. Then after P, what is there? Here, N. R. So R is what? Rate of interest. Here you can see in scheme A, the rate of interest is 12%. 12% is nothing but 12 divided by 100, which is 0.12. Okay, then we will see N. N is what? Number of times the interest is compounded in a year. Here I will see the interest is compounded in scheme 1 monthly. Monthly means how many months in the year? 12 months. So my N will be 12. Then T. What is the time? The time period is 5 years. Here it is given 5 years. So my T is 5. Calculate NT also here. This is remaining. All the words which is given, we should substitute it. So NT. Once we substitute, we write it here. It will be very easy. And chances of mistakes, error is very less, minimum. So N is 12 multiplied by 5. NT means multiply. So my NT will become 60. Now with this formula, we will write the same formula. I is equal to, what is my P? 1000 into bracket 1 plus, what is my R? My R is 0.12, we have already written, divide by N. N is what? Compounded annually, means it is 12. Compounded monthly, it will be 12. Bracket close, power of NT. N is 12, T is 5, 60 minus 1000. So here you will take it on the calculator. You will get the answer. The answer is 816.70. So this is my A. I hope the points are clear. Now we will write B. Again we will write all the things in the B. What is my P? My P is same, 1000. Here R, what is my R? R means my rate of interest. Just pay attention here, rate of interest is 12.5. So my rate of interest will become 12.5 divided by 100. So it will be 0.125. Again the next one is N. N means how much time the interest is compounded in a year. So in scheme B, interest is compounded annually. Annually means N will be 1. Then I will take my T. T is same, 5 years. So we will write down the NT. NT means N, 1 multiplied by 5. So our NT will be 5. So we'll just write down the formula again. My compound interest is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by N, bracket close, power of NT minus P. Now just substitute the amount. It is 1000 into bracket 1 plus, my R here is 0.125 divide by N. My N is 1. Power of NT. Here you can see NT we have written 5. 1 multiplied by 5 minus 1000. So when you take it on the calculator and calculate, you will get the answer 802.03. So this is my B. This is my A. You can see in scheme A how much interest a person is getting, 816.70, and scheme B is giving 802.03. So here we will write the answer. Which scheme is beneficial? Scheme A is more beneficial. Don't worry how to write this. It is very clearly mentioned here in the question. Which scheme is more beneficial? So you can write here scheme A. Just add here A. A is more beneficial. Okay. Let's go on to the another exercise. Here you can see exercise number 2. In general, all banks are accepting deposits at 5% interest compounded monthly. Okay. So 5% interest and it is compounded monthly, means our N will be 12. Accept a bank which is ready to pay interest at 5.25% simple interest. So just pay attention, don't be in a hurry. This second option is simple interest, first option is compound interest. And also we have to suggest which option is more suitable to the customer who wish to keep the money in the bank for a period of 4 years. So this 4 is our T and the amount deposited is 1000. So this 1000 is our P. So first option, what it is given? Interest is compounded, compound interest, and it is monthly. So first we will write here option 1. What we have to do? We have to write the formula. Always remember, write the formula. So it is compound interest. I will write the formula. I is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by N bracket close power of NT minus P. First step. Now just write the value. P is how much? P is amount deposited 1000. Okay. Then what is there? R. R means rate of interest. So what is my rate of interest? It is 5%. 5%. Here it is 5%. 5% means 5 divided by 100. So it will come to 0.05. You can take it on the calculator as well. Then N. N means it is compounded monthly. It is clearly given monthly. So in 1 year, 12 months. N will be 12. Then T. What is my T? Time period. For how much time? 4 years. So my NT will be how much? N is 12. Multiply by 4. So my NT will become 48. Now this is our formula. We'll just write it in the formula. I is equal to P. My P is 1000 into bracket 1 plus R. My R is 0.05, which is 5%. Divide by N. Interest is compounded monthly, so my N will be 12. Power of NT. NT means N is 12 multiply by T. Time is 4. Here you can see we have already written here NT 48. That is why I am telling you calculate before only, so it will be very easy for you. So power of 48 minus 1000. So when you calculate this on the calculator, you will get the answer 220.89. Okay, so this is related to option 1. Here we will do option 2. Again, remember in option 2 the interest is simple interest, so the formula will change. In simple interest, the formula we will use simple interest formula P into R into T. I have explained you this in my previous video. So those who have not seen, just go to my previous video and see. For watching all my videos and to have a very easy learning, I request you all to subscribe to my channel. Click on subscribe channel and then share it to your friends so that they can also learn. So subscribe it so that every time when I upload the video, you will be getting the video directly notification. So here again, we have to write all the things. Here P is how much? P is again 1000. Then R, what is R? My rate of interest. Simple interest, it is 5.25. So it will be 5.25 divided by 100, which will come to 0.0525, and then my T will be, time period is 4 years. So my time period is 4 years. So when I write it in the formula, I is equal to P 1000 multiplied by 0.0525 multiplied by 4. So the answer which I will get here is 210. So now you can see in simple interest I am getting 210. In compound interest you are getting 220.89. So which one is more beneficial? Option 1 or 2? Option 1. So option 1 is more suitable to the customer. Don't be confused from where you will write this answer. The answer is clearly mentioned here. Which option? So you will write option 1. Just write here option 1. And remaining all is same. Is more suitable to the customer. Is that clear? So this we have compared compound interest and simple interest both. We'll go on to the next exercise, exercise number 3. Here you will see, read the question. Find the amount to be deposited initially if 420 interest is received on such loan at 10% compounded yearly for a period of 2 years. So here we have to find out P. P is not given. Okay, and the interest is compounded yearly. So N will be 1. So what we will do first? Always first write the formula. I is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by N bracket close NT minus P. Now here we will write all the things. What is given? My I is given. My I is given. If 420 interest is received, so I am receiving interest which is 420. Then P. We have to see P. P is not given. We need to find out the principal amount. Then what is R? R is rate of interest. Rate of interest is in the percentage. Means per 100. Per 100. So divide by 100. 10 divided by 100. That will become 0.1. 0.1 or 0.10. Always remember why I am dividing by 100, because 10% means per 100. Then you will write your N. What is my N? N, it is compounded yearly. So my N will be 1. And what is the time? T. T is 2 years. So my NT will become, I will write here my NT. NT means N. N divided, N is 1. Multiply by 2. So my NT will be 2. Now we have written all the values. We will just come to the formula I. What is my I? 420 equal to P we don't have. We have to find 1 plus R. What is my R? Rate of interest 0.10 divided by N. My N is 1. Bracket close, power of NT. Here it is NT. This is my NT. 1 multiplied by 2. So my NT is 2 minus P. Now this, take it on your calculator. Into bracket 1 plus 0.10 divided by 1. Bracket close, power of 2. Right here, what answer you will get? So it is 420 P. The answer which you will get here is 1.21 bracket close P. This is multiply. So 420 is equal to 1.21 multiplied by P. It will become 1.21 P. 1.21 P minus P. So this minus P is nothing but it is 1 P. Always remember, single word is nothing but it is 1. So 420 is equal to 0.21 P. Always remember, now this is multiply. When on the right side, when we take this on the left side, this multiplication become division, divide. This is a very simple mathematical formula. So 0.12 is P. So my P is equal to how much? 2000. This is my principal amount. Amount deposited is 2000. Is that point clear to everyone? In this exercise, the interest received is given. We need to find out the principal amount. So we will use the same formula. Nothing different, nothing new. I hope the points are clear to everyone. Now we will go to the next exercise, the fourth exercise. So you can see Ali borrowed 1000 from a bank for 4 years with a simple interest of 5% and invested the same with an interest of 6% to be compounded quarterly for 4 years. How much he will be benefited with such arrangement? So just pay attention. Ali borrowed 1000. He took 1000 from bank for 4 years, but he has taken it at simple interest. The rate of interest for simple interest is 5%, and the same 1000 which he has taken, he has invested. But when he has invested, the rate of interest is more 6%, and he is getting compounded interest, and that too quarterly. He has invested also, deposited same for 4 years. So now we have to calculate the first which is given. Now it is given simple interest first. So we will find out first simple interest. So I will write here A for your understanding. A is having simple interest. So what we will write the formula for simple interest? I is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T. So first we will write substitute the value. P is what? 1000. Okay. Then what we have? R is my rate of interest. Rate of interest is 5%. 5% means 5 per 100. 5 divided by 100. This will become my 0.05. And T is the time. Time how much? 4 years. So my time is 4. Now we will write here in the formula. Okay. This one. So my I is equal to 1000 multiplied by 0.05 multiplied by 4. So with simple interest, Ali will receive, Ali has to pay 200. This is my A. Now we will see the B. The same 1000 he invested in bank or deposited in bank with compound interest. So we will write the formula of compound interest. I is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by N power of NT minus P. Right here, substitute the values. What is my P? P is same 1000 What is your R? Rate of interest is more, 6%. 6% means 6 divided by 100 means 6% means per 100 it will come to 0.06. Then we have to write N. N means it is compounded what? Quarterly. Quarterly means N will be 4. And then T again 4 years. The time. So what will be my NT? My NT will be 4 multiplied by 4, it is 16. Now this thing we will write it here in our formula. I is equal to P. P is 1000 bracket 1 plus R, rate of interest. My rate of interest is 0.06 divided by N, number of times compounded. It is compounded quarterly, so N will be 4. Bracket close, NT. N is 4, T is 4. So 4 multiplied by 4, it will become 16 minus 1000. So when you calculate this thing on the calculator, 1000 into bracket 1 plus 0.06 divided by 4, bracket close, power of 16 minus 1000, you will get the answer 268 minus 268.98. This is what he is getting from investment. So how do we find out how much he will get benefited? Simple. How much he will be benefited? B minus A. So what is my B? 268.98 minus A, that is 200. So how much he will be benefited? 68.98 is what? Is Ali will be benefited with such arrangement. You can write complete sentence. So this is what he will be getting benefited. I hope all the points are clear to everyone. So this was all the calculation of compound interest. Okay. We will come back with many such calculations. In my next video, I will be providing you with how to use the formula 72, how to calculate the future value, present value. So just again I am telling you, just click on the subscribe button so that you will be getting the notification whenever I upload the videos. Okay, see you in my next video.